All right, guys, welcome back to the Fighters Eye podcast. It is Sunday. I'm actually filming this on time finally. But today I'm going to be breaking down UFC Vegas, Garcia versus Onama, full fight card prediction breakdown, early prelims, the main event, everything, every fight. And there will be no live stream on it this Saturday as of right now because I'm just going to go watch it with a friend or an older brother type person. So, yeah, I'm just going to be enjoying it. But let's get into it. First fight, female MMA, like always. Like, geez. Talita Alencar versus Ariana Car- Karnalowski. Um, 6-1. Talita 6-1-1. Talita Alencar versus 15-3. Ariana Karnalowski. I'm probably gonna go Ariana or Ariani. She has the way better record. She's 3-2 in the UFC. She beat Pierre Rodriguez by DQ. So I guess yeah. I mean her two losses are Angela Hill and Lupita Godinez, who are not bad losses. Other than that, she's 3-0. She has 3 wins in the UFC, all three by finish. Um, she's pretty decent on the grappling. Striking is, it could be worked on, but Talita Alencar's 35. Um, what is she? She's 2-1 in the UFC. She lost to Stephanie Lucinda, not the worst loss. She beat Rayan De Santos, who's horrible, and Vanessa Delamopoulos, who also isn't even that good. So I'm actually gonna go Ariani Karnowski by submission. I think she'll be able to get her out of here. 3 finishes in the UFC. What? Yes, one of them was a DQ, but before that, I believe it was 2 subs. Let me check. Yeah, it was a ground and pound and a submission. But she hasn't fought in over a year. She's meant to fight Loma. It got canceled. So maybe I'll take her by decision. But I'm gonna say submission round 2 or 3. I think this fight will be pretty even on the feet. To Talita Alencar is older, which I don't like, and she's shorter, and she has a 3-inch reach disadvantage. So she has a lot of disadvantages coming in. She's older, less pro experience, shorter reach, shorter height, all that. So I'm gonna go Ariana Kolowski by round 2 or 3 submission, probably rear naked choke. She has a pretty damn good rear naked choke. I can see them scrambling on the ground, and Ariani, whatever her name is just able to get the better, scramble onto the back, and get the rear naked choke. Round 2 or 3. So yeah, give me Ariana Kolowski. That's really all I have. Second fight of the night. I think this was on the main card and then got moved to the other booms. I don't know why. I think it should have stayed on the main card. Seok Hyun Ko versus Phil Rowe. Y'all know me. I love Phil Rowe, but I have to be unbiased. This is a tough fight for him. He's coming off a comeback knockout win over Angelusa. It was probably 1-1. He might have been down 2 rounds to 0. Came back and knocked him out with less than a minute. And he did show very good improvements in the grappling, but Seok Hyun Ko looked dominant at UFC Baku against Oban Elliott, who is decent. He was overhyped, but he's still pretty decent. Phil Rowe's 35, man. Seok Hyun Ko's 32. Phil Rowe is 5 inches taller, and he comes in with an 8.5-inch reach advantage. I am gonna, because if it hits the ground, bro, I don't. I think Phil Rowe will have more trouble in the grappling against Seok Hyun Ko than he did against Angelusa. But dude, if he can keep this at range, he could bust up Seok Hyun Ko. I'm gonna take the underdog, bro. Give me Phil Rowe. Give me my boy Phil Rowe. I'm gonna say by decision, 29-28, maybe a split decision. I can see Seok Hyun Ko being able to have a little trouble, Seok Hyun Ko having a little trouble with the reach first round. Phil's able to stick some nice jabs. You know how Phil is. Phil won't stick one jab or 1-2. He'll stick 3 jabs into 2, just jab you up and then an uppercut. He uses his long range weapons very well, especially with his boxing, and I like that against Seok Hyun Ko. Yes, Phil Rowe is older, but dude, 12-2 Seok Hyun Ko, 11-5 Phil Rowe. He's 4-3 in the UFC. Phil Rowe has fought some fucking good guys. Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is decent. Neil Magny. He's on like a 3-fight win streak, 2-fight win streak. Nico Price, he knocked out. Jason Witt, he knocked out. Like, he's beat Gabe Green, but like, I don't rate that loss that bad. Like, his UFC losses are Gabe Green, Neil Magny, and Jake Matthews. Angel Lusso was pretty decent. Let's not forget Angel Lusso went to a close decision with Gabriel Bonfim. And Phil Rowe knocked him out. Bonfim couldn't finish him. Couldn't get anywhere near finishing him. I'm gonna go Phil Rowe by decision. I actually think people still underlook him. I bet money on him against Angelusa. I won. Like he's decent. Like I think Phil Rowe does hesitate in some fights, and I think that's why he lost against Jake Matthews. I think Jake Matthews is a winnable fight for Phil Rowe. He just hesitated. He went to a split decision with Neil Magny. I was there. I thought he won the fight. So yeah, Sung Young Ko, he does have power in his punches. His grappling is really good. I could see him if he's able to get inside the range. I could see him be able to, get Phil Rose back against the cage and double leg him, just drag him down, just get the hands under the butt and scoop him like that. I could see him, being able to maybe get a body lock and hip toss Phil later as the fight. Because Phil does kind of slow down. He doesn't have bad cardio. He's good cardio. We just seen it against Angelusa, but Sung Young Ko does have the grappling advantage, and I actually think he might be a little stronger. He looked pretty damn physical against Oban Elliott, who again isn't bad. But I think Phil will be able to get the better in the striking. I think a big thing for Phil Rowe is you got to chew up that calf. You have to. If you chew up this calf of Sung Young Ko, he won't be able to walk you down as much to get takedowns. He won't be able to, put pressure on you with a high guard to get you against that cage. And if Phil Rowe stays in Sunday lock on, sticks and move, 1, 2, 3, jab, jab, uppercut, 1, 2, choose the calf, jab, calf, front kick to the body, calf kick. Just mix it up a lot. Throw a head kick every once in a while. This is a winnable fight. I honestly think so. I think Phil Rowe has a lot of upside here that a lot of people are overlooking. So give me Phil Rowe by decision. I will say 29-28. Split decision. Maybe no, actually I'll say unanimous. 29-28 unanimous decision. Phil Rowe gets another underdog win. So I'll probably bet money on him. If I bet, I'll bet money on him. So next fight. Elise Ardeline versus Mazerat Sinjo Ruzes. Holy low level. Uh, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Mazerat is 32. Elise is 33. Elise Ardeline's a minus 420 favorite. Don't know why. She has a 1 inch reach advantage and she's at 3 inches in reach. She's a bit older, less than a year older. She's 1-2 in the UFC. Mazerat is 1-3 in the UFC. I'm not even gonna break this down. I'll go at least Ardeline by 29-28 split decision. I think it'll be close on the feet. I think Mazerat does have better boxing. So I think and she's from Mexico. All the Mexican fighters got that grit, got that determination. So maybe she ekes it out, but she got knocked out by Eduarda Morta 2 years ago. She hasn't fought in 2 years, by the way. Jacqueline Amori, she got ground and pounded in Amanda Lemos. She got slept in. Her only UFC win is a girl I've never heard of. So, yeah, give me at least Ardeline. Actually, yeah, I'll say by decision. 30-27. I think she'll outclass her. Hit her with some nice shots. I think Elise could get in and, rip a body shot and a hook, like a lead hook to the body into a hook over the head. But, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Elise Ardeline's lost to Shanna Bonin. It's a high loss, I guess. Not a good loss. But, yeah, give me Elise Ardeline. I don't really care. So, next fight. Caitlin Vera versus Norma Dumont. This is like a number one contender fight. I don't know why this is on the prelims, by the way. I'm going Norma Dumont, bro. I think she deserves the title shot if she wins. And hear me out. I'm kind of interested in Norma Dumont versus Kayla Harrison. Norma's physical. She's 35. Caitlin's 34. I believe Caitlin fought at featherweight. I think something happened with her last fight where, like, Macy Sasson missed weight. Yeah. Somebody missed weight and they got moved up a weight class. But Caitlin, she's very well-rounded. I think Norma's going to win by 29-28, split decision. I do think Norma is the favorite. Like, I do think she deserves to be the favorite here. She hasn't fought in over a year. She fought Irina Donna in a fight of the year at UFC 306. Amazing fight, like, genuinely. But, yeah, Caitlin Vera's got a 1-inch reach advantage, a 1-inch height advantage, and a 1-inch reach advantage. Dude, but I just think Norma's going to be too physical. I think in the clinch, Norma could rough her up with the elbow. She could have tripped her down. At range, it gets a little more dicey because I think Caitlin's the more technical. I think Norma's the more like walk forward, hooks, try to knock you out, and Caitlin would just stick, uppercut, kind of do a counter game. If she does a counter game, she could win, honestly. Norma does not have good head movement. We saw it against Irene, who also doesn't have good head movement. So it was just too, like, No head movement. MMA fighters that hit hard and good at striking, slug it out. And Norma got the better. She rocked. And she split open Irina Dana bad with elbows. So she does have really good elbows in the clinch and in close. I'm kind of tempted to go Ketlin, but I gotta go Norma. I think Norma just be too physical. Ketlin, if she understands Norma's gonna walk forward, wing hooks, wing a front kick to the body while walking forward, she can win, bro. She'll be able to peep or parry the front kick to the body, stick a jab, move, uppercut, lead hook, and just be able to stick, move like a boxer, like how boxers do, like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, stick and move, stick and move. Yes, it might be a little boring, but it could win her a title opportunity. But I just don't think she'll come in. I think Ketlin knows. Hey, I need this one win. My last fight I had weight issues with. I don't remember who. I think it was Macy Sasson that missed weight. I need to come in here and put a war, and I think that's what's gonna cost her. Norma is meant for just all out war. She's cool with whatever. Ketlin's more of a like a. I want to make it pretty. I want to look cool. I want to look slick. I want to look nice, and not like a. I'm gonna go in here and win by any means necessary. So I'll say Norma Dumont, 29-28 decision. Round one, I will give Ketlin. I think Ketlin will be able to touch her up a little. But dude, Norma walks like this. Wah, wah, wah. Ripping shots. And I think Ketlin will fold. Maybe a late TKO for Norma Dumont, but I don't think so. I'll go 29-28 decision, Norma Dumont. And if Harrison versus Nunes doesn't happen, I hope it does. I'm picking Kayla Harrison probably. I don't know. As of right now, I don't think about it. But I'm interested in Norma Dumont versus Kayla Harrison. So yeah, give me Norma Dumont. But also, this might be a fight of the night. Norma Dumont makes everything a fight of the night. And she has good wins. She's beat Jermaine Manamine, who's fought for a title. Beat Irina Aldana in all award. Dominated Chelsea Chandler. Carl Rosa's not a bad loss. Her last loss, or a bad one. Her last loss is Macy Sasson with weight problems. So yeah, she's lost to Megan Anderson, who's also fighting for a title. She's 8-2 in the UFC. Ketlin is 9-4. She's fought some damn good girls too. She fought Macy Sasson, Kayla Harrison. She has fought before. She lost in a 29-28 decision, by the way. She made it competitive. Raquel Pennington, she had a split decision with. I did think Raquel won. She's beat Holly Holm. Like she's fought, she's Misha Tate. She's fought some good girls. But I think Norma's got momentum, and I'm kind of more interested in her fight for the title. So give me Norma Dumont. Next fight, Dante Johnson versus Cedricos Dumas. Um, I'm bummed they didn't re-put Zachary versus Cedricos Dumas. I was interested in it. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Yeah, bro. Jesus, Dante is 6-0 with all 6 KOs in round one, I believe. He has all round one KOs. I'm picking Dante by round one KO. Listen, guys, I have Cedricos Dumas' phone number. We DM. He's actually a cool dude. I actually like him. I've been supporting him. I have his autograph. I have a photo with him. He fought at Jacksonville the first fight and sat right behind me and my uncle. I got a photo. I love Cedricos Dumas. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want to do that. I'm a fan, but I hope he gets the job done. Don't be wrong. I hope he comes out here and head kicks Dante Johnson out cold. But like, I gotta go with my gut. I think Dante's just hits too hard. I think he'll rip a body shot. I think he'll rip a body shot to a straight. I think he'll hit him with some nasty uppercuts in close. Um, yeah, I don't know, bro. Dante's younger. He's undefeated. It's not the best year for undefeated guys, obviously, but oh, dude, and Dumas is a 6-inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage. I gotta go Dante, bro. I gotta go with my gut. I just don't know. I just don't know if Cedric is with just the personal stuff with the prison and he has stuff going on. No disrespect. He has other stuff on his mind. He's just got off of probation or like he had an ankle monitor, whatever. Got off of it a little bit ago. But it's the reason why one of his fights were canceled. But I like him. He's a cool dude. I think he could shoot some front kicks to the body. I think he'll rip a body kick. I could see Cedric being able to out wrestle Dante. We don't know. Like we really don't know Dante's wrestling. But I just don't know if he'll be able to out physical Dante. And I think in close, Dante has a really good chance to touch that chin. I'll go late round one KO. After a competitive round, Demas able to land some jabs. Dante starts rushing in. Maybe he gets hit with a big knee to the body and backs up and takes a minute. Try to scout it a little more. But I think eventually Dante will be able to slip a jab. I can just see Dumas shooting too many jabs, being too predictable when shooting jabs, and Dante's able to go over it with the overhand. While with Dumas, Dumas is trying to cover up. Dante's on him, ripping body shots, a big lead hook, a big hook. Dumas gets sat down, the ref calls it there. And Dante Johnson goes 7-0 with 7 KO, wins in round one. Again, hope Dumas wins. I got to be honest. I think Dante's will probably be the favorite. He last fought at light heavyweight too, so I think he definitely does hit harder, and he's probably fighting guys that are heavier and hit harder than Dumas do. So Dante does have some benefits with even with the height and the reach disadvantage. So yeah, give me Dante Johnson by KO, but I hope Dumas gets it done. Next fight: Chang Ho Lee versus Timmy Kwamba. Wait, what fight is this at? What is this at bantamweight or is this at I don't know what division this is at. Um, yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know what weight this is at because Chang Ho Lee's a bantamweight. But what the fuck? Wait, who did? Sorry, I didn't know. Who did Chang Ho Lee last fight? Oh, he's the dude that beat Court. Yeah, I'm picking Chang Ho Lee. All right, bet. Sorry, I thought he was another dude. I'm picking Chang Ho Lee by TKO. Um, Timmy Kwama, UFC Kansas. He was a big underdog. Knocked out Roberto Romero, something David Onama couldn't do, who's main eventing this card. But Chang Ho Lee's grappling is good. He's 11-1. He fights at bantamweight. I think this is at. I'm damn sure this is at featherweight. So, oh no, this is at bantamweight. Oh yeah. Give me Chang Ho Lee by TKO. Yeah. He's gonna be way more physical in there. I thought this was at featherweight. I was like, oh. Tim Connor might be better in the striking, but I think Chang Ho Lee is harder. I think he's better fight IQ. I think he's more cardio. I think he's way better than grappling. I'm gonna say round two TKO for Chang Ho Lee after he wins round one, just grappling and beating him. Timmy Kwamba, I can see Timmy. I could honestly see Chang Ho Lee just dominating. Timmy Kwame 9-3. He did impress me. He got a flying knee KO, followed up with ground and pound against Roberto Romero. Got to 50K bonus. I think did get a performance of the night, which is respect, and I respect that undoubtedly. But Chang Ho Lee's grappling is insane. He's a physical dude at bantamweight. I think he does have some potential. And I think Romeus is more dangerous on the feet than Timmy Kwamba is. And Chang Ho Lee beat the hell, destroyed him, elbowed him, and bloodied him on the ground. And I think he could just do something different or do something of the same thing to Timmy Kwamba. Maybe Kwamba's able to, give him a little more physical shot. Maybe he's able to hit harder. He probably does hit harder than Romeus. Romeus isn't even in the UFC anymore. But like I think Chang Ho Lee is pretty damn good. I actually rate him. Timmy Kwamba, he's only an inch taller, but he has a 2-inch reach advantage. So that does favor, but and he's younger. He's 5 years younger. Chang Ho Lee's in his 30s. But again, they both had 12 fights, and I think Chang Ho Lee's just more impressive in his career. And I think he will hit harder. I'll say ground and pound. I think he gets in top mount. Timmy Kwama can't really move. Raining down elbows. Timmy Kwama covers up, and it's it. That's it. Like middle way through round two. And I actually think he gets a performance bonus. I think Chang Ho Lee is really favorable in this fight. So I'm going to pick him. Give me Chang Ho Lee by TKO. Next fight. Kevin Christian versus Billy Alicante. I think this dude randomly followed me on Instagram. This Kevin Christian dude. I could be wrong, but I think so. I don't know anything about him. Um, it looks like he's a finisher. Like wait, is this amateurs? Wait, what the hell? Okay. Round two sub, round two KO, round one finish, round one sub, round one sub, round one KO. Oh, yeah. He has all finishes wins. He's never been to a decision in his career. He is the underdog coming in against Billy Alicana, who beat Ibo Aslan in his last fight. I'm going to pick Alicana by decision, split decision. I think this fight will be close. Kevin Christian, he's 9-2, and he's almost 31. This is that like heavyweight. He's 6'7" though, bro. 6'7". My fault. But like he's 6'7" and has a 3-inch reach advantage. Billy Connor's only 6'3" and has a 77-inch reach advantage. I don't know. Maybe Kevin could crack the chin. I gotta go Alicana. He has more UFC experience. Ibo Aslan, yes, he is overrated, but bro, he beat him. He's 1-1 in the U. Or yeah, he's 1-1 in his UFC debuts against Bogdan Guskov, who's fighting Jan Blachowicz in December. That's not a bad loss at all. And they gave Bogdan some problems too. So I think he has a better skill. I think he's more technical. But without a doubt, Kevin Christian is a finisher. So if there's a finish, it'll be Kevin Christian even knocking out or submitting Billy Alcana. But I just can't trust it. I think Billy will get it done. I think the boxing exchanges could be cool. I know Billy's last fight was boring, but I think he has good footwork. I think he has good timing on stuff. And I could just see him being able to outfight IQ Kevin Christian as the fight goes on and get the reads he needs and really implement grappling and stay safe when he's on the ground because Kevin Christian does have some submission wins. I could even see a point where Billy gets dropped. Like Billy's kind of coming in and eats like an uppercut and gets dropped into full guard and Kevin Christian tries following up. Billy Alcantara is able to just hold him in guard and kill some time, recover, and he wins a very controversial decision. It's like, oh, Kevin Christian did more damage throughout the fight. Billy landed more, but the more punishing shots were from Kevin Christian, that type of thing. But I'm gonna go Billy Alcantara. I think he'll get it done. Should be a cool fight. I don't really care. Yeah, give him Billy Alcantara. Next fight, Alan Nascimento versus Cody Durden. It was meant to be Alan Nascimento versus Rafael Estevam, which would have been a cool fight. I'm gonna go Alan Nascimento by submission. Cody Durden is almost 35. He's coming off a bad knockout loss to Jose Ochoa. Before that, he got absolutely battered up by Joshua Van. He got a submission win over Matt Shell. Before that, he got knocked out by Bruno Silva. Before that, he got choked by Tiger. He's 1-4 in his last five, bro. Allen's coming off a win after a long layoff, dude. He's 21-6. He has a good record. Yeah, he's coming off a win. Like, he fought, submitted Carlos Hernandez. Over 2 years out, he comes and beats Jafal Filo, who just submitted, I don't remember. Don't remember his name. Clayton Carpenter. That's who is not bad. He's a decent prospect. So, yeah, that Alan Nascimento win over Jafal Filo earlier this year is nice. I think on the feet, Cody Durden will pop a little harder, but I think Allen will throw in more output. He's taller by an inch. He has a 2.5-inch reach advantage. He's the slight favorite. I do think that's right. I'll go a late sub after like a fight of the night. Like Coden's walking forward as he always does with the short self, sticking hard jabs and ripping a hook to the body. And then in close, in the clinch, Allen's ripping the head to the knee, trying to ankle pick, trying to wrestle him down. And I think Cody Durden, I think it'll be 1-1 going to the third. I think Cody will win the second. I think no, actually, I think Allen will win the second. If it goes to decision, I think Allen will just get the last two. But I think Cody could put some pressure on him. And I can see a world where Allen shoots, Cody sprawls, they get into like a little scramble. Allen's able to get in the back and latch up the rear naked choke, like early round three. It's an early little scramble that Allen's able to get the better of to get the choke. And Cody taps. So yeah, give me Allen Nascimento. And if he does win, maybe I'm a ranked opponent. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe someone like, I don't know, or rebook it with the rest about Rafael Estevam. I think that's a very interesting fight. And I think I would have picked Allen to beat Estevam as well. So yeah, but I think this fight is a lot more favorable for him. Cody Durden's been in the rankings. He's right outside the top 15. And I just think Allen's grappling is better. And I think his overall skill set is better. I think Cody's a little too his grappling's all right, but he relies on the striking too much and he relies on a walking forward pace where he leaves himself open to a lot of punches to get dropped or get rocked or get outlanded as the round goes on. And I think Allen will get the round three submission, rear naked choke. After a decent scrap where, both men are bleeding, Cody's busted up in the face, his leg is chewed up, and Allen's getting tired. He's feeling the pressure of Cody, but he's able to get that sub. And yeah, give me Allen Nascimento. Featured prelim. Charles Radke versus Daniel Frunza. I'm going Radke by decision here. Do I want to pick him by knockout? I'll go decision, man. Daniel Frunza is coming off a bad ass beating loss in his debut against Reese McKee. Got dropped like 5 times. Charles Radke is coming off a bad round 2 knockout loss to Mike Malott, who just beat Kevin Holland. Yeah, I just think Raki hits harder, and I think he's gonna put a price on Frunze. Maybe Frunze's able to, be a little more technical this fight and catch him coming in. Raki is 35, which is insane. He's 10-5. Frunze's 9-3. They're both not the highest level, but Raki's done some good things in his UFC career. He just plowed through Matthew Summersberger, knocked out Ga- Gilbert Garbina, beat Mike Mathia. He should have been in when I came out, but yeah, his only losses are Carlos Prates and Mike Malott. No shame in those losses. Mike's right outside the top 15. Prates is fighting Leon Edwards on the November pay per view. So yeah, no losses or no shame in those losses. I think Radke will just do more. I'll say 29-28, 30-27. One, two judges score it 29-28. One says 30-27. All in favor of Radke. I think Radke will just put the pressure, walk down Frunze, walk through hell to get these wins, shoot some front kicks to the body, rough him up in close, rip some hard body shots, bust up the eye. We saw Frunze's eye get swollen and shut. I think Reki could swell it up again with some hard hooks. A stiff jab to the nose. Just be able to really wear on Frunze from round one to round three. And Reki has good cardio. His chin is a little iffy, but if he doesn't get knocked out, he has good cardio. He'll wear on you. And I think that's what will win him this fight, honestly. Frunze's good. I think he has some hard hitting power, but I just don't know. Reese McKee, you got beat up really bad by, and then Reese McKee got knocked out by some Axel kid, some at Paris. I don't remember the dude's name. But yeah, give me Radke. And I like Radke. I'm a Radke fan. So I'm happy he's fighting again. And I think he'll get this decision win. So yeah, I like him in this fight. On to the main card. Oh wait. I think all right, anyway, never mind. Next fight, Isaac Dalgarian versus Yider Delvili. Interesting fight. Interesting fight. Yider is undefeated. He's the underdog. He's not a no, but Isaac Dalgarian, bro. He hasn't fought in over a year. His only loss is to Christian Rodriguez by split. Close fight. Busted up Francis Marshall, who did damn good against Myron Santos, who's a prospect. I'm gonna go Dalgarian by decision, dude. Uh Yair is 1-0 in the UFC, beat Connor Matthews, who he beat him in a professional fashion, dominated him, and I believe subbed him in round one. Yeah, rear naked choked him in round one in less than 3 minutes. That going is Fossmar at comp. His pressure's insane. His grappling, he's so heavy on top. In round one, he's an absolute demon on the ground, and he hits decently hard. I think. Mm, I don't think he gets a finish. I think Yadir can survive. Plus, Isaac gassed out really bad against Christian. He showed a lot better cardio against Brenton Murrett, who was kind of a layup fight, but still, he subbed him late round two, showed some good cardio. So I'll go 30-27 decision. I think he'll just be able to outwork Yair. Yair takes me as a if you're bad, he'll cook you in the first round. But if you have some good skill, he he'll be competitive with you. And I think Tigerian is very. I know people are overlooking him nowadays because he did it. He looks not as good as he did, but dude, over a year out, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you were injured, but I'm assuming you made some good improvements. So I think he'll get a good decision. He's the 2-1 favorite. He's older by a couple weeks. He's shorter but has a 2-inch reach advantage. So that's interesting. I think Yider has the better striking, to be honest. But I think Dolgarian will just hit a little harder. And I think he'll walk him down more. Maybe Yair can understand the pressure, get the timing, and stick some jabs, and try to discourage Dolgarian by making him walk into shots and just outpointing him in a slick way, and just win that fight like that or make it close. But I like Dolgarian. I think he's a decent prospect. I did pick Christian Rodriguez to beat him, but yeah, I think he'll get it done. Should be a fun fight. Another fight of the night contender. There's some sneaky good fights on this card, and this is one of them, where it's two prospects at featherweight. One's undefeated. One only has one loss, but was undefeated. And they both look good. They both get finishes. So yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. But based on UFC experience and based on what I've seen from both, I've just seen more impressive stuff from Dolgarian. And I don't know how Yider looks in round three against someone like Dolgarian. So Yeah, give me Bulgarian by 30-27 decision. Featured fight: Temba Garimbo versus Jeremiah Wells. Um, Jeremiah's 39. Holy shit. I'm gonna go Temba by nah. Call me crazy. I'm going Jeremiah Wells by knockout. He hits hard, bro. He's 12-4. I understand he's almost 40. And I understand, right? He hasn't fought in almost 2 years. He got choked out. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. But he beat Matthew Semmelsberger. He went to a very close decision with Max Griffin. Like, he slept out Court McGee. Choked out the dude. I forget what his name is. The Mike Mathieu dude. Choked him out in round one. Knocked out Warley Alves, who's out up at middleweight. So that's actually a decent win. He's fought Basil Hafez on the regionals. Like, I understand Temba is decent, but bro, he should have been able to finish Nico Price, and he had a very boring fight with him. He beat Ramirez Bahimaj, which is a good win. Knocked out Pete Rodriguez, who's absolute dog crap. He gotten subbed by AJ Fletcher. That's not the best look. Yeah, there's just some iffy things. I understand. And bro, Temba got dropped bad and choked unconscious by Vicente. He's overconfident. I love Tembo. I am a fan. Just the way he talks, it's like I don't know. He's more focused on promoting than getting better and understanding. I think Wells will crack that chin in round one or two. Give me this underdog. Maybe Temba's able to out wrestle him and get a boring decision, but Wells got a good guillotine, and we've seen Temba get subbed twice now in the UFC. So Wells could even sub him. He might be able to walk him down. Temba shoots a bad time, double leg and gets guillotined. But I could just see Wells waiting. He's shorter, yes, but that kind of does play to his advantage with the way he fights. Temba, he's longer and taller. He'll be able to shoot some jabs, but Wells can slip in. Temba does not have good footwork, to be honest. If Wells can slip in and land a lunging lead hook, I don't like Temba's chin, bro. And Wells hits freaking hard. And he trains with Joe Pfeiffer and Sean Brady. He trains with an amazing team. I believe Temba trains with a decent team too. But like I don't remember who he trains with. But yeah, don't even remember who he trains with. I don't know. But yeah. He fights out in Miami. Oh, does he train at Top Team? No, he does not. He might actually. But still, I think Wells is just better. No, sorry. I think he hits harder and I think he'll be able to capitalize. Overall, I think Temba does have better skills, but he doesn't use them to the best advantage. And I gotta go with the underdog, Jeremiah Wells. I like Jeremiah Wells. He's had some bad losses. I understand, but he's 4-2 in the UFC. Temba's also 4-2 in the UFC. So, yes, and Temba he lost to great guys, Vicente Luque, but Vicente just got cooked by Joel Alvarez, who's decent, but still. And before that, Luque got subbed by Kevin Holland, who is iffy. He's very good, but he's weird. But yeah, long story short, give me Jeremiah Wells. Round one or two KO, I think he'll clip him with a lunging lead hook, and Temba would just go down. Wells will follow up with some nice ground and pound, and that'll be that. Come-in event. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Anti Tajili. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna go Waldo Cortez. Dude, do I go Waldo? He just lost. They both recently just fought. I don't know who I should go with, bro. Waldo made it to a decision with Sergey Pavlovich, but he was getting touched up. And Anti does it. You know what, bro? Give me the underdog. Give me Anti Deligi. Yeah, I like him. I like him. I like him. I like him. He KO'd Jorgen De Castro in under a minute, who's been in the UFC. But dude, he smoked Tybora, out-grappled Tybora and slept him. I think Waldo goes to a third round with Tybora. Like Tybora is not. Yes, he's old, but he's not completely washed. I understand why Waldo's the favorite. I mean, he's fought Pavlovich, Sergey Spivak, Ryan Spann, Andrei Arlovsky, Marcos Rogero de Lima. I understand he's fought some good guys, and he's finished a lot of them. Knocked out Ryan Spann, knocked out Lucas Pazetsky, knocked out Thomas Peterson, but on the LFA. So he actually has most decisions. My fault. And his losses aren't bad. Marcus Rogerio de Lima was in the rankings before he got cut. He beat Sergey Spivak in a good fight and on the feet. I thought he did good. I thought he hit hard. I think should have been a knockout, Sergey Spivak. I think Tajili on the feet sleeps Spivak. And he got cooked by Pavlovich, honestly, on the feet. I like the Liji here. I think Waldo will have some. I think he'll be more physical. He'll definitely weigh more. He's an inch taller, but they have the same reach. And I think Ante was one of the best heavyweights outside of the UFC. I kind of knew about him. I wasn't too like, I need to see this dude in the UFC. But now I'm interested. I picked Tabora. He went out there and flatlined Tabora. Tabora beat him by injury on the regionals like a decade ago. He brought that wrong really quick. He cooked him. So yeah, I think he I think he just had a better performance. And again, Sergey, he's one of the best, but like he's not as good as he used to be. Like ever since he got knocked out by Tom, he hasn't been the same. Which I think Walter should have technically. I just think Walter should have been able to grapple him. I don't know why Waldo didn't grapple. He didn't really try. I think he should have been able to out wrestle Pavlovich. And I think Tajiji is better grappling than Pavlovich. So I'll go Deliji by decision. 29-28. I think he'll just be able to touch up Waldo, stumble him a little on the grappling. Waldo will be able to get him down sometimes, but Ante will work up after a minute or two. It'll be a close fight. Some people be like, oh, Waldo did good with the grappling. Maybe he did. He just won more minutes, but Ante did the more damage. Again, that type of thing. Um, and plus, Waldo's not really active on the ground. When he takes you down, he's not like ground and pounding, trying to look for subs. He'll just hold you and hit you with some letter hand fist. Hold you. Hammer fist. He'll have to get warm multiple times. Be active, be active. He'll get stand up. Like, he's not an active grappler where he tries to do stuff. And I just think Ante won't let that happen. So, give me Ante Delisi by decision, 29-28. I'll take this underdog. I'll hope, yeah. He could knock out Waldo, but Waldo does have a damn good chin. Pavlovich still has a lot of power. Waldo ate some nice shots. So that did impress me with Waldo. That's one good takeaway, but I just think Delisi could get it done. So, yeah, give me the underdog. Main event. Steve Garcia versus David Onama. Boy, Steve Garcia is almost 34. I thought he was like 29. Um, I kind of rate a decision win over Giga Chikadze more than I do a decision win over Calvin Cater. Yeah, I think Steve should have been able to knock out Calvin Cater. Plus, he got a weird knockout over Kyle Nelson where it was a bunch of illegal shots. And I think it's like, call me crazy. His best win is Melquizel Costa. Let me look. Yeah, I mean, he's knocked out Sepe Marscal. Sorry, Sepe Marscal on the regionals. He lost to Ricky Turkio. That's not a good idea, bro. That's not a good look. But that KO over Melquizel Costa is actually aging good. The Nelson win, he just got to win at lightweight. Calvin Cater's washed, bro. We all know this. I just don't. He's getting too much glaze for that win, bro. If you would have went out there and slumped Calvin, I understand. But like, Onama put on a war with Chikaze and got the better. Put on a fight of the year against Roberto Romero and pieced him. Beat Jonathan Pierce, who was quite decent. Knocked out Gabriel Santos, who's decent. His last loss was over 3 years ago. Steve Garcia's last loss was, I believe, like 2 years ago. Was 3 years ago as well. So they both haven't lost in a long time. But he got slept by Machate, dude, and that's not a good look. And barely losing to Nate Landwehr before you like really had a good camp. And Onama didn't really use his skills like that, but now he's making more improvements each fight, and it's looking good. Give me David Onama, bro. I'm gonna go David Onama by knockout. This fight is ending by knockout. It's either Steve clipping Onama, putting him out early after they exchange some jabs, and Onama whips a body kick, and then Steve starts putting on that pressure and just touch that chin in round one. Because a lot of his knockouts are round one or early round two. But I think Onama's decent. I think he can go throw some front kicks to the body. I know it's like a pretty much an even betting line. But listen, Steve is taller by an inch and has an inch reach advantage. But I think Onama's more technical. I think he is better grappling. I think he's stronger in the clinch. I understand Steve is really good boxing. He hits hard. But he doesn't have like a Max Holloway boxing. He doesn't have like an Ilya Taporia boxing. A Dustin Poirier boxing. To where he hits hard and he pinpoints. He kind of rushes it. He leaves his chin open. Straight up, he does. He wing hooks. Yes, he'll stay defensive and throw a jab, uppercut, nice. If you're backing up, he'll just wing a overhand, bro. Onama could catch him. But I think like round 3 or 4, I think this fight will be a scrap. I could see Steve Clip like again catching him with a wild punch early and dropping Onama, getting the first round and getting the second round. And then Onama starts coming on late, then using some grappling on the back, hitting with some hammer fists, dragging him down on the back, holding him down, wearing out the arms of Steve Garcia. And I'll say like a championship rounds TKO, like late round 3, round 4-ish. I'll say round 4. Onama's just able to time something. Garcia's taking these deep breaths, dropping his hands. And I can see Onama sticking a jab to the body, going over the top with an overhand, and dropping Steve bad. If you hit Steve clean, he'll feel it. A lot of people don't notice. Steve doesn't have that good of a chin. That Machete KO was filthy. And Machete is not good. I don't even think he's in the UFC. And if he is, he's bottom barrel. He's not good. Which I don't like that loss. And he's older by almost 2 years. Like, I think Onama has a lot of upside here. I know a lot of people are going to pick Steve Garcia. Give me the Onama KO. I'm a fan of both. I would love to interview both. I've watched both for a long time. I've supported both for a long time. And I am interested in this fight. Originally, I was like, nah, this should not be a main event. But I don't think he's going to distance. And I think it'll be a scrap on the feet. On the grappling, I think Onama could get the better. But Steve's wrestling is horrible. His takedown defense is iffy, but off his back, he's all right. Like, I just think Onama. I just think Onama's getting overlooked here. 6-2 in the UFC. Steve 7-2. Decent, similar UFC records, but I don't know. Something's telling me Onama will get the KO late. But yeah, give me David Onama by KO round 4. I appreciate y'all watching. That was my UFC Vegas Garcia versus Onama full fight prediction breakdown from prelims to main event. Let me know what y'all predictions are in the comments, and appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all later. Pieces.